I once saw a jaguar eat fruit, not meat, fruit. I know what you're thinking. Jaguars are hunters. Everyone knows this. They eat capybaras, caimans, fish. They're built for killing. But this one was different. I've been on this river for 47 years. I've seen things that made me question what I thought I knew, but nothing prepared me for what an old Tacuna man showed me one evening in 1998. His name was Miguel. He was 82 years old then. He lived alone on the edge of the forest, about 3 hours upriver from Manaus. Most people avoided his land. They said it was cursed, but Miguel wasn't cursed. He was protecting something. It was late October when I first met him, the dry season. The river was low. You could see the red clay banks, exposed like old wounds. The air smelled like smoke from distant fires and decaying fish. I needed to fix my boat engine. Someone in the village told me Miguel had tools. So I went. His house was simple. Wood planks, a tin roof, fishing nets hanging like curtains in the doorway. But behind his house, the forest was different. Thicker, darker, quieter. The kind of quiet that makes you whisper. Miguel was sitting on his porch when I arrived. He was small, thin. His skin was like leather left in the sun too long. But his eyes were sharp, alert. He looked at me for a long time before he spoke. "You came to borrow tools," he said. "Yes, senor. I'll lend them to you. But first, you need to see something." He stood up slowly. His knees cracked. He walked toward the forest without looking back to see if I was following. The canopy was so thick that even in the middle of the day, it felt like dusk. We walked for maybe 20 minutes. Miguel moved carefully. He placed each foot like he was reading the ground. Then he stopped. He pointed to a fallen log about 30 meters ahead. She was eating mangoes, fallen mangoes from a tree I hadn't noticed. He put his finger to his lips. We watched for almost an hour. The jaguar ate for mangoes that afternoon. She never hunted. "18 years, he said. 18 years. I don't understand," I said. "Jaguars are carnivores. They need meat." Miguel smiled. Not a happy smile. A knowing smile. "Most jaguars, yes," he said. "But not her." He told me her story. In 1980, Miguel found a jaguar cub near the river. She was maybe 3 months old. Her mother was dead. Shot by hunters. The cub was starving. Miguel knew he shouldn't interfere. Everyone knows you don't raise wild animals. It never ends well. But he couldn't leave her, so he took her home. He tried to feed her meat, fish, chicken, everything a jaguar should eat. She wouldn't touch it. She would sniff it, turn away, and cry. A sound, he said, haunted him for weeks. Then one day, by accident, she ate a papaya that fell from his tree. After that, she only ate fruit. Miguel raised her for 2 years. She grew strong, healthy. Her coat shined, her muscles developed. She could climb, swim, run. But she never hunted. When she was old enough, Miguel released her back into the forest. He thought he'd never see her again, but she stayed. "She lives in this forest," Miguel said. "She's been here ever since." "But how does she survive?" I asked. "Fruit doesn't have enough protein. Jaguars need." "I know what jaguars need," Miguel interrupted. "But she's different." He walked to his window. He looked out at the forest. "Every morning, I leave fruit for her. Mangoes, papayas, bananas. Whatever I have, I leave it near the edge of the forest. And every morning, it's gone." "You've been feeding her for 18 years. "Yes, why?" Miguel turned to look at me. "Because she protects this forest," he said. "She's not just an animal anymore. The forest around Miguel's land had a different energy. After the service, I went back to his land. The house was empty, already being reclaimed by vines and insects. The roof had a hole, the door hung crooked, but the forest behind the house looked the same. Thick, dark, quiet. I walked to the spot where Miguel used to leave fruit. There was a mango tree there, heavy with fruit. Several mangoes had fallen to the ground, and in the soft mud beside them, I saw tracks, fresh tracks, jaguar tracks. I've thought about that jaguar many times over the years. Scientists would say it's impossible. Jaguars are obligate carnivores. They can't survive on fruit alone. Their digestive systems aren't built for it. But I saw what I saw, and Miguel saw what he saw for 18 years. Maybe she wasn't just a jaguar anymore. The Amazon teaches you humility. Just when you think you understand how things work, the forest shows you something that doesn't fit, something that breaks the rules. I've learned not to dismiss these moments, because the truth is, we don't know everything. We never will. The forest holds secrets that science can't explain. Not yet. Maybe not ever. That jaguar taught me something important. Not about biology or animal behavior, about connection. Miguel didn't just feed an animal. He created a bond. And that bond changed both of them. It changed the forest around them. I wonder sometimes if she's still alive. Jaguars can live 15 to 20 years in the wild. It's been years since I saw her. She'd be old now. Maybe she's gone. But sometimes, when I'm on the river at night, I hear a call from that direction. Deep, powerful, unmistakable. And I think, maybe. I've heard many stories like this over the years. Stories that don't make sense on paper, but feel true when you hear them. Stories about animals that act differently, places that feel sacred, moments when the boundary between the natural and spiritual becomes thin. I wonder if have you ever seen something in nature that you couldn't explain? Something that made you question what you thought you knew? Share your story in the comments. I read every one. Miguel used to say something I'll never forget. He said, "The forest doesn't need us to understand it. It just needs us to respect it." I think about that often, especially now, when so much of the Amazon is disappearing. When people want to cut it down, burn it, turn it into something profitable, they think they understand the forest. But they don't. None of us do. Not really. And maybe that's the point. The forest doesn't give up its secrets easily. You have to earn them. You have to sit quietly, listen, watch, wait. Sometimes for years, Miguel waited, and the forest gave him something extraordinary. A jaguar that doesn't eat meat, a guardian in golden fur, a secret that lived in the space between what we know and what we believe.